Welcome to the LSUIC Legacy R Series. But on this edition of the Legacy R Series, we have shifted focus towards archiving our institutional memories. This year makes LSUIC 20 years since it was founded in July 2006. So we will be celebrating our 20th year anniversary, like the Chinese are currently celebrating their new year throughout this week. And the essence thereof is to tell the story of LSUIC to current leaders and members of our union so that they understand how far and how fast we have evolved as a union. More to that is for all of us to learn on the progress and challenges of past leaders so that it can help us to build on those foundations for the better LSUIC. And whatever that will be said during this period of our series will be archived and it will be placed in a magazine or in the union's brochure at the annual conference, where delegates and other members that will get a copy of that document will also read the story of each of our past presidents and their entire administration. So we try to put it in an order, but that order has been a little bit distorted. So we are going to start with the past president of 2022, 2023. But we'll get to know more about him and hear from him more as we progress into this meeting. So I will turn it over now to the National Secretary General of the Liberian Student Union in China, Honorable C. Nathaniel Willie II, who's going to take us through as our host for this meeting. Honorable Willie II, you can go ahead.
Yeah, you getting me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, thank you to His Excellency for turning over the electronic platform to me. All right, so by virtue of the authority vested in me, I officially call this event to order as the National Secretary General of LSUIC. I think the President just gave us a hint of the significance of today's program. Somebody may say I'm a member of LSUIC, but the question here is, what do you know about LSUIC? So we want to know our story. We want to write our story, document them, that if we all are gone, like those who established this institution since 2006, they are long gone. So we that have come on board, I think a lot of us do not know much about this institution. So this Legacy Hour 5.0 is intended for that purpose. We want to document our institutional memories. And not just that, we also want to build that sense of unity between our past and current leaders, that despite differences, LSUIC remains our common denominator. So we move forward with all the items on the agenda for today's program. So quickly, I would like to highlight our topic for today, or the theme for today: honoring our past, engaging our present, and inspiring our future. It's a pleasure that some of us are around to celebrate in the coming months, the 20th anniversary of LSUIC. So if you've been around since 2006 till now, I think it's an opportunity to celebrate the 2 decades of this institution. Leaders have come, leaders have gone. We have seen different kinds of leadership principles, style of leadership. People have demonstrated what they have learned in the books or different kinds of books of leadership, but LSUIC still remains. So that's the beauty of institution of such kind. So quickly, we will invite our National Chaplain General, if you are around, Honorable Michel Vampire, for a word of prayer. So that will begin.
Let us pray.
Okay, if
Let us pray.
uh,
Our Lord and our God, we say thank you for today. Thank you for all you've done and all you continue to do. We commit this time of this program into your hands. We commit the speaker into your hands. We commit every leader, every members into your hands. The Lord, may peace reign throughout this time. May love be shown. May we be receptive to learning. May you give us, O God, the grace. May you give us, O Lord, the mercy as leaders and as members and as people who will be archiving and learning about the history of this union. Give us a retentive memory that we may take positivities in out of everything that will be said here. We commit all of the members into your hands as they will be out celebrating some the Chinese New Year, some in different places. We pray for each and every one of them. May your grace be upon them. May your favor be upon them. We ask these and many more now and forevermore. Amen.
amen, amen. Thank you, Mr. President, for that powerful round of prayer. If you are just joining us, we'd like to say welcome to Legacy Hour 5.0. If you are following us through our social media platforms, I'd like to say you are welcome. Quickly, we will invite our National Deputy Secretary General, who will be officially welcoming us to this event. Honorable Jenkins G. Wilson, are you there?
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you so much, National Secretary General, for the opportunity. So good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are following this program. I am Jenkins G. Wilson, the National Deputy Secretary General of LSUIC 2025-2026. So I wanted to take this time to officially welcome you all to the Legacy Hour. That's the fifth edition of the Legacy Hour. We have we had a similar of the Legacy Hour before, and this is the fifth edition. And this edition is very important because uh, it gave us the opportunity to meet some of our past leaders, like people who are sacrificed their time, their energy to this union for us to reach to this place that we all are seeing it today. So Uh, not to take much of your time, just feel free and let's enjoy the time. Welcome. Thank you.
All right, just feel free and let's enjoy the time. Welcome. So quickly, we will also encourage you, if you are there following here in China, please tell somebody to tell someone to be a part of this event today. There is a friend right beside you. Encourage them to join the platform to know much about their institution, because it's quite unfortunate that someone will say, I don't know much about LSUIC. I don't even want to know about that your thing. And at the end of the day, when the thing become very important, they come running to the thing. So please get to know about our thing because our thing is your thing. And this is a thing that has survived for 2 decades. So you cannot change the fact. So please, if you are there, encourage someone right now to join the platform and get to know one of our past leaders who served this union diligently from 2022 to 2023. He's going to be telling us some of his challenges, his experience or experiences back then, and those things that he did to keep the union alive during his tenure. So I think it's quite interesting that we all should be running to come here and take some significant points. At least when you go out there to say, what is LSUIC? Who are those that have served LSUIC? At least, even if it is not maybe 20, 30 minutes, at least 5 minutes, you'll be able to say something about this institution. So quickly, we move over to our business discussion. And beneath our business discussion, we will be taking a special statement about our guest speaker from our national president, His Excellency Honorable Olano Teah Bloh. Honorable President, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
All right, so you can kindly take over now.
All right. So once more, good evening here in China, and greetings to you there in Liberia. Should be afternoon hours or whatever time you are following this program, either through the live feed or at a relay or the replay. So we are joined here today by one of LSUIC finest presidents, in person of Honorable Emmet A. Greene. He's majoring in civil engineering at the Tianjin University, and he served LSUIC as the national president in 2022 up to 2023, July. Mr. Greene is a civil engineer with 7 years of experience in the field. You know, he also has a lot of research work towards his name, and he's also have a research focus with emphasis on soil interactions or soil improvement using bacteria and the grounding metal, and also the foundation pit engineering. He got his master's degree in civil engineering from the same Tianjin University, and currently he is a doctoral candidate at the same university studying civil engineering. You know, his current research focus on the mechanism and the control of water and inrush disasters in shear toners. He's an affiliate member of the Indian Geotechnical Society. He joined the Liberian Student Union in China in 2016, at a time when he was just 10 years old. And since then, he has been an active member contributing towards the success of LSUIC through different means. He served as a vice president. He also served as a national president of this great union. Mr. Greene has this quote that he termed as, "To love Liberia is to love LSUIC." He has so many skills when it comes to the technical aspect, in rivets, in abacus, in plaxis, in console, in multi-fixes, finite element analysis, numerical modeling, and a lot more. And interestingly, Mr. Greene loves to read, as well as, you know, sports and swimming. These are things that he really loves. So, Mr. Greene, without much of a delay, the people are here today to hear from you And like I told him the other day, when it comes to leaders in LSUIC who are responsive, whenever you want to reach out to them or you reach out to them, he's one of them. He, Honorable Kingsford, they are very swift in responding to messages. And that is an attribute that I do admire about people when it comes to communication. And though you will send some people messages and you will see them online in other groups, yet with your message unread, but for him, no, he's always available, always open to run his suggestions, his advice. At any point in time you reach out, he's always there. And we have known each other for quite a long time now, since the days of Suzhou and up to this time. And it's been a great time. And since he had been here in China, best to my recollection, I've not heard anything on the contrary about his person or his character. So, Honorable Greene, we are delighted to have you here today, being our first speaker on this series. It's a divine calling, and we really look forward to hearing more from you as we archive whatever you say to us today, going to be written down into a document that will be shared with the entire community to know more about what you did during your time as a member of LSUIC since 2016 and through your leadership. Thank you so much, Honorable. And about this time, I will now turn it over to the MC who will turn it back to you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, His Excellency, for reading the profile of our President Emeritus. We are happy to have him on this platform tonight to hear his side of the LSUIC story. So with not much ado, if you are there following via our Facebook page, just drop something in the comment section. If you are here following through the Zoom platform, just visit the chat box and let's welcome our guest speaker, Honorable His Excellency Honorable Emmet A. Greene, as he take over tonight. Honorable, the platform is all yours.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, thank you, Honorable National Secretary General, and thank you to His Excellency Olano Teah Bloh, the National President for the Liberian Student Union in China. Yeah, it is true we have come a very long way, spanning close to a decade now, if my memory can set me right. And then thank you to everyone for taking up their time to be here at a late time. So I received a communication a few days ago from the national president to do a presentation on the theme honoring our past, emerging, present, and inspiring our future. And then he was specific, according to that communication that I received from him, to speak or highlight on a specific thematic area, which include the context and major challenges of my tenure, key achievements and legacy projects, the evolution of Liberia China relations during my tenure, lesson in leadership, negotiation, and crisis management, and the vision for the future of LSUIC. So I will begin with the context and major challenges of my tenure. The presentation will be forwarded to the national president after my presentation today. So you have, I'm reading from the scripted paper here. So after which it will be forwarded to the national president. So I proceed. So during my tenure, we were just coming from COVID, 2022. COVID has brought the entire world to a standstill, but we as students, we managed uh, to stay around. So I was elected in 2022 July in Guangzhou conference. So when we took over, the Chinese government has relaxed a little bit on the COVID, and then there were fewer students coming in. So because of that, there were a little bit of challenges that we face. So some of the challenges we face, the collection of pledges. I can remember when we met in Hangzhou, there were a lot of pledges made, and I think that was the first of the kind to have received pledges over 40,000 RMB. But when we took over, we managed to go behind some of the people that made the pledges. To my recollection, up to present, we were unable to get some of the pledges at all from some individuals, and then some people made their pledges available. And then due payment was also another challenge as well as we face. And then delayed from the Council of Coordinators to confirm appointees nominated. So I've always said that the student community and the union is a student community. And then at the time we have a senior coordinator who were vetting scholars, although they were before the Liberian Senate. He wanted for everything to be in place. He was doing his work, but then sometimes I would try to caution him that, senior coordinator, sometimes we have to relax some of the requirements because there are fewer people willing to serve the union. So those who have come out to serve the union, sometimes when we go for confirmation, we have to relax some of the rules and the requirements. So if sometimes we do appointment, it will take some weeks, months before confirmation are done. And then another issue there was the slow pace of attendance on the Zoom platform. That I wish it is forthcoming. The last time I checked, the union WeChat platform, we have 500 plus. As you can see today, we are 12 persons here on the platform. So the issue of slow pace of attendance on the Zoom platform is a major challenge. Even though you will bring a lot of interesting topics, but then the turnout will still be slow. It will still be poor. So I don't know. There's an issue we have to work on, the issue of the turnout on the Zoom platform, and then the repayment of loan. So according to the Constitution, there are students who are eligible to request for loan, but the loans should be paid for. It should be repaid, once they pass through the requirements and they are fit to access the loan. But it became a problem. There will be people who will collect the loan, and then to pay it back, we have to be on back and forth. And then before payment is done. That was it. So far, if my memory can set me right, these were some of the challenges we faced during my leadership. Then we'll move on to B, which having to be key achievement and legacy projects. So during my campaign in 2022, there was a promise that I made to the student body that when elected, I will run a financial scheme, from my own pocket to give it to students, deserving students. So that program, uh, I make my promise a reality, and then a 10 persons during the course of our program benefited. Each each person benefited 100 yuan for the purchase of their whatsoever such Wi-Fi, water, whatever that was given from my own pocket, and it wasn't the union money. So another achievement was we we have this program called LSUIC Hot Show, and that was also hosted by um, a scholar Teah Bloh, I mean. So he was the lead host, along with Lovely, the co-host. So another thing that program did was I tried to scout out few scholars, uh, some of whom were in the entertainment business, some of whom were into business, emerging business people, and then the team will bring them on every Thursday, to have some social discussion, and then it will go. It went well, and then another achievement during my tenure was the PPC chair headed by Scholar Lu did extremely well. For the very first time, we had the visual or entrepreneur fair program. That program, it has two components. Uh, one of the components was to showcase young scholars who are making great strides with the business and provide an opportunity that all can learn from their achievements. And then the other aspect was a business plan competition. But that aspect of the business plan competition didn't materialize because there were requirements set, and then we experienced a low turnout. So that aspect was scratched out, and then below are businesses and individuals who were featured during that time. We have PAT, which were represented by Tara G. Chie, the Chief Operative Officer. Then we have Oleta Buti, the CEO of Makweta Waflu Motel. Then the Guinea Technology, the CEO, Guinea FB Slowly. Natural Growth, the CEO, Kevin D.H. Tani, and LBR Connect CEO, Terence T. Freeman. So it was through this program, these business people, and they became known. Many of them are still around. And then also, when I was campaigning during my 2022 campaign, I also made mention that when elected, I will, from time to time, visit a city to hear and interact with the students themselves to know what are some of the challenges they were facing in their respective city. Even though there were fewer cities visit there because of the restrictions from sometimes from our school. So I was able to only visit three cities, that is Guangzhou, Nanjing, and Shanghai. Then also, through the help of the AEC chair at the time, Honorable Aaron Pittman, we were able to establish a professional working groups. We have the honor graduate, the graduate group, and then the PhD group. Of these three groups, the honor graduates were 72, the graduates 33, and then the PhD group they were 34. I'm quite sure some of the group still existing, and some of you people on the platform must have been part of that group. Also, at the close of our leadership, the secretariat headed by Marcus S. Jensen has published 17 letters uh, ranging from a lot of programs. And then before the close of our leadership, there was one thing that was paramount, because at the time I served as vice president to the then president Hassan Wilfi. So one thing that we failed to do was the website. So this website was key on my agenda, but I got to have it. It went on until the close of my tenure, and then in Shanghai conference, that website was launched officially, and we populated the website with some information. The only thing that was left was for my successor to give content to the web manager, and also that the web manager can put it on the website. But unfortunately, that website was brought down due to the failure of my successor to renew the SSL certificate, the hosting plan, which led to the website being brought down. But thanks to the current leadership headed by Teah Bloh, who has made the website to be functional and very active, close to you and your entire team. Then also, during my leadership, we commissioned an audit covering July 2019 to July 2022. There was the rumors in some quarters that my then predecessor must have squandered some money and stuff like that. So I got to have it that same year, because the audit convention, according to the constitution, is the only committee that whoever that is heading a committee should be having at least a bachelor degree in audit or finance. So there were some group of auditors that came to China. They were particularly in Nanjing, at Nanjing University. So I got in touch with them, and then they agreed to do an audit, and that audit was done, completed, and were presented to the student body. And then the objective of that audit was to put some measures in place where necessary, and that was it. The reports are available. The report was also on the website, but up to present, I don't know whether the current division was able to repost it there. That was it for B. Then we move to C, the evolution of Liberian-China relationship during my tenure. So the Liberian-China relationship has been evolving during our leadership. Several students from Liberia came to China on what we call the WAFCON and then the bilateral scholarship. So in summary, during my leadership, the Liberia-China relationship contributed indirectly but meaningfully to the evolution of students in general through education exchanges, capacity building opportunities, and diplomatic exposure. So move to D, lesson in leadership, negotiation, and crisis management. So lesson. When I became president, I have a clear objective. My objective was to see how best the student community could be united. That was a clear and a shared goals. God could have it, we were united. Then also, some lessons in leadership could include trust is a foundation of leadership. What I mean, consistency between words and action strengthens legitimacy. I needed to match my campaign promises into action so that so that the student community could trust me. So there were things that I said during my campaign promise, and then when I became president, I was able to fulfill those promises. Some of them was that I would do audit, and I will commission audit. I will make the audit report, and then what have you. And then another thing that was inclusiveness. So always bear in mind that when campaigning, everyone cannot be for you. You know, in politics, everybody cannot be for you. There will be people who will criticize you for no reason. There will be people who will criticize you for concrete reason. But when you win, it is your obligation to unite both your supporter and your critics together to bring them under one umbrella. If you do that, you will become a good leader. And now, if you have been successful to win, you will not be a leader for the critics, the leader for your supporter, but rather you'll be leader for all. That is one good hallmark of a leader. Then adaptability. Leader must remain flexible, learning from new environment, adjusting strategies as conditions change. Or service-oriented leadership, prioritizing collective welfare over personal or gain, enhancing long-term impact, and then followership. So I have always have the tendency that whatever I do during my tenure will not be personalized. It will always be for the union, be it any program. So my flagship program that we ran, which was called the LSUIC Hotel Show, I did that so that we could have a sense of belonging. So the program can belong to the student body, it can belong to the union. So that aspect works, and I strongly believe it's a good hallmark of a leader. So negotiation lessons. Uh, when we got elected, we took office in July. Uh, COVID, COVID have subsided a little bit, so there were some group of students coming to China, and some of them were coming unknowing to some of the obstacles that were before then in China. That is, they will have to do compulsory 14 days quarantine. Some did not come with no money at all, and some when they came, they were held in quarantine. They were held in quarantine. Some didn't have the finance uh, to to clear their quarantine fees. You understand? Some didn't have the finance to even buy their ticket. At the time, the quarantine was kind of very straight. When you live in a quarantine center, your ticket must have been bought, and then the center will carry you straight to either the airport or the railway station, depending your means of transportation. So part of that thing, a friend of mine reached out. I think they were either 13 or 14 persons that they needed help. So sometimes, as I said, you need to relax. Some of the rules need to be flexible. And many of them, they have just come to China. They were a part of the union, and the union is very strict when it comes to who should benefit, I mean, from loan and what have you. So they reached out, and then I was blunt with them that, none of you people have just come to China. None of you are member of the union, so it will be impossible to to get your loan. So they appealed, and I said, okay, I will take that to my NEC meeting. I took that to the NEC meeting. At the time, we have just come from the we have just returned from the conference. We have had limited resources in our cover. So I took the matter to the NEC, and the NEC deemed it necessary to see to credit them some money. But out of the money we have in our cover, it couldn't match what they wanted. So the vice president at the time and myself, we have to put some money up front to ask them there, and then we were able to get a loan with on a free basis. That is no interest rate, and then some of them pay back that money in time. Some of them we have to go back and forth. We have to threaten some of them that we will post them on Facebook before they were able to pay that particular loan. So stay on lesson. So go to crisis management. So leaders must project calm while making timely, informed decision, and then accurate, timely information reduces panic and supports effective responses. Coordination and teamwork. Crisis demand collaboration across institutions, leaders, and what stakeholders. So I'm quite sure this current leadership will succeed because the Olano believe in teamwork. He believed in reaching out to people who have said before him. I know to now that he doesn't know what he's doing, but to gain some insight, to gain some experience, because there's a popular saying in our country that says it's good to sit on the old mat and to plant a new one. So his style of leadership, that was the same kind of style of leadership that I had, and then many misconstrued my style of leadership. Many of them will say that I was being controlled, by my predecessor, but they didn't know how effective I was when it comes to making decisions, when it comes to standing things, when it comes to speaking for the student body. So our insight, strong leadership integrates ethical vision, strategic negotiation, effective crisis management. Leaders who combine these skills are better equipped to navigate complexity, represent their constituents effectively, and transform challenges into opportunities for growth and development. So that is for D. Then we'll move to E. It says personal attitudes that define their experience. There was a time when decisions were made by administration, by my administration, which was during the electionary period. There was a time where the NEC had issue with my then successor candidate, who they said he did not mean the benchmark, but we made a decision and know that was not really popular. Many students have said that our kind of compromising the constitution, but I still think that the constitution wasn't compromised. He was actually eligible along with the secretary then, Sorry for the background. We in New Year, I call it Chinese New Year, so a lot of firecracker going around. I'm sorry for the background, the noise. So that was it. Hey, so speaking on behalf of my peers, show that leadership often means closing courage, choosing courage over comfort. Hey, that road didn't change me who I was. It helped to grow me into who I am today. I was the same Emmet. You could still reach out to me. I could still respond to you the moment I receive a text message or when I'm on my phone, unless I'm not on my phone, but the moment I'm on my phone, I could be in meeting, whatever I could be doing at the time, I'll respond to you promptly. It did not change me, but it made me who I am today. So to close, we have F, which is the vision for the future of LSUIC. So the Liberian Union in China, we envision a united, empowered, globally competitive community of Liberian students who excel academically, grow as leaders, and contribute meaningfully to both Liberia development and China-Africa relationship. This is our vision for LSUIC. I'm quite sure as we celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Union, we shall grow and be strong. Sorry, and another major achievement that I forget was for the first time in the Union history during my tenure, we turned over the higher cash, which was 30,000 plus renminbi, to my successor with 25,000 renminbi as in pledges. So, as my memory can set me right, I was the first president to have ever done that. Yeah, that was one of the major achievements during my leadership. Just slip off. And then we aim to build a union that strengthens unity and identity, or foster a strong sense of belonging among Liberian students across China or Chinese university, celebrating our cultural values and shared national identity. Promote academic excellence and professional growth, create platforms for mentorship, academic support, career guidance, and networking that prepare members for leadership and professional success after graduation. Or develops transformational of students leader, equip students with leadership and organizational skills through workshop conferences and active participation in union governance, enhance welfare and representation, serve as a reliable force for Liberian students by advocating for their welfare, supporting newcomers, and collaborating with MSc universities and partner organizations. Build a strong international partnership, strengthen relationship with the Chinese institution, African students body, and develop organization to expand opportunities for exchange, internships, and collaboration. The issue of strengthening a relationship with African student body, it was something that I thought I could realize, but time wasn't in my favor. So the aspect of trying to establish other link with some other African students grouping wasn't materialized. But I'm hoping that the current leadership can be able to uh, achieve that, and I believe they can do that. So having said that, I will stop here for Q&A session. Thank you for taking up the time to listen to my presentation. Thank you.
All right. Thank
It
you
is back.
so much, Honorable President Emeritus 2022-2023. Thank you for sharing your leadership experience with us and also bringing to our attention the successes that the leadership had. So at this point in time, we will move to the Q&A session. So if you are following and you wish to ask our president and national president emeritus question or questions, you can kindly use the reaction, raise your hand, be recognized. Then the opportunity will be afforded you to ask a question. So once again, thank you, Honorable National President Emeritus, for firstly agreeing to come and share your experience with the student populace. I think it's welcoming that leaders are willing to come out and speak as to what they did at the time and what were those things that wasn't achieved. So thanks once again for showing up today. Do we have anyone who would like to ask? I'm not seeing the reaction stuff on my end, so if your hand is raised up. Okay, I think I'm seeing it now. Are we there? Are we following? If you are following, just drop one in the chat box to know that you are following. All right, so we take Honorable Cessus, the Provincial Coordinator of Hillongia Province. Yeah, you can kind of unmute your microphone and ask.
Okay, so thank you very much, Honorable National Secretary General, for the recognition. I'm Celsus, just like he said, I'm Celsus Jubo. I'm the coordinator from Hillongia. Let me say thank you to the President Emeritus for this noble union, Hon Greene, for honoring the invitation. Let me also say thank you to the leadership, headed by Honorable Teah Bloh, for having this kind of discourses that prepare, that inform, people who were not even in the union during the time some of this leadership happened. I think it's a very good interaction, to be a part of such, discourse. Thank you so much for organizing this. So yeah, to the guests, to our speaker, thank you very much. I listened to you, as you deliberated on issues, a lot of things during your leadership, challenges, and some of the fortune. And I think you did quite a great job during your leadership, especially where we're just from COVID. Thank you so kind. Yeah, so but two quick concerns that I will want to maybe get clarity. You mentioned that one of your priority, your key priority was the issue of unity. We are Liberians and we know what's happening back home. People carry politics, even in governance. At the end of the day, what's supposed to be development, what we're supposed to experience as development that the country could benefit, we cannot benefit that. So when you talk about unity, I think it's of interest. So I would like to know during the time of your leadership, unity is very key, it help people to attain their objective. I would like to know to what extent, were you able to achieve that aspect of your leadership goal, as you emphasized that it was one of the key things you were focusing. I will let them know how, to what extent you were able to achieve it, given the fact that you also said some people, were like having problem with your leadership style. That's one. Two, the issue you talk about, the issue of audit. I was like having conversation with you guys, sometime the beginning of this year, the end of last year, and the issue of audit have become a problem, and other people even said that I've never been audit before, saying LSUIC have started its function narrowing and other things. But I'm happy also to hear that there have been audit during your leadership, sometime in 2022. But then perhaps I didn't get you clear, but I want you to, to expand a little bit on what have been or what was, the result of that audit, and what was the general public grading, of your government as to whether the audit report, translated something that was transparent, and what was the view? Let me just put it that way. What was the view of the public, who read the report as to whether they graded your leadership as transparent, and as maybe the resources that were generated during your time, were used for the purpose intended. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Coordinator from Edo Province. Do we have another person? I'm working that lower here, sir. Do we have another person I would like to ask?
I think we can take that question here while we waiting for others.
We have question in the chat box.
No, the questions from our
Okay.
researchers, we can go ahead with it first.
Okay, so let's take the response from our national president Emeritus. If you are there, sir, you
Yeah.
can kindly unmute your mouth and respond.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
We can hear you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Honorable Session, thank you for your questions. So I will start from bottom to top. You wanted to know how credible was the report, whether or not the students' body were in favor of the outcome of the audit report. So the audit report was credible because the people who conducted that audit are people who worked at RAA for so many years. The audit did not hold anybody culpable of doing any misapplication of resources that was intended for the union. What the audit did was it recommended some financial practices to put into place. I guess the report is available. If you don't have it, maybe after this meeting, I will forward to the president so he can maybe republish a repost that on the platform. So that was the outcome of the report, the audit. So there's this saying in Liberia that when you conduct audit, in which the audit did not find anyone liable, then the audit report is invalid. That is a big myth. The money audit are not conducted to hold people of financial malpractices. Normally, audits are conducted to put system into place where necessary, and then if there are any missteps along the way, and then those who will be audited will be called for question. So it wasn't my leadership it wasn't my tenure that was the audit was commissioned for, was my predecessor. His time, the two tenure, that was the time the audit was conducted for. So I just wanted to make that correction. And then lastly, she said, what did I do to unite the student community? So it was uh, a little bit, it was simple, but sometimes should I say hectic. So I was always reaching out to people. You understand? I was always reaching out to people. Maybe sometimes wake up, maybe at the close of the month or new year or new moon, I will reach out to people who I will consider maybe a little bit dormant on the platform and no text and going their inbox, but know what's happening. And to prove that my my leadership was united, was uh the money generated for my leadership. That is a clear example that my leadership uh I united my people because that I can remember we held one rally fundraising rally one time, and then we generated a lot of money. Yeah, so by that I knew that I was able to unite my people. I was the person who reached out to people easily, no matter what you do to me, no matter whether you have my critics during the time I was aspiring, I could still reach out to you. I could still work with you. So I don't know whether or not that answers your question.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable President Emeritus. Okay, we take Honorable Emmanuel Gaji from the state of Wuhan, the state president there. If you are available, kindly unmute your microphone and ask your question. 30 seconds, please.
But before we take Honorable Gaje, there is a question here from the chat session from Honorable Coco Wijla.
Okay. I'm screwed now.
So,
Oh yes, I can.
Yeah.
Let me respond to his question. His
Okay.
question reads: do you have any regrets, Honorable Green? If yes, please elaborate on them and tell us what you could have done differently, please. So, yes, my major regret was to have supported my successor, uh, who became, should I say, uh, power tried to consume me, and then he was able to do thing out of the way. Had it not been for the 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 fear of others, on the platform, if others have not stood their ground, we wouldn't have reached today. Uh, that was my major regret, why I supported him. And then the follow-up to that question is why you could have done differently. Perhaps uh, going forward, maybe is to support anyone into leadership. You must carefully observe them because there's an issue that has to do with power. Power. People they don't show their true color until they ascend to certain position, and then they try to fulfill their true self. So if I was to do that differently, I would carefully look around, do a thorough background check before trying to lend my support to anyone into leadership going forward. I hope that answers your question.
Honorable Energy, are you there?
Yes. So we take Honorable Gaje. Honorable Gaje, 30 seconds, please.
All right. Thank you, Honorable SG, and thank you, Honorable President, National President Emeritus Mr. Greene, for that presentation, and thank for the level of work done over the time. So I think I got like one or two questions. So one is we have the issue of many students coming to China with the sole purpose of acquiring knowledge to go back and contribute to Liberia, but upon arrival and with cross-examination and realizing some factors from back home, even messages are endangering them about going back home and being integrated into society or practicalizing what they have learned over the time. So as a veteran president and in the
Honorable Gaje, can anybody?
physical space within Liberian, the veteran community working to go back and getting reintegrated into. That's one. And if the time is there, I could ask you. If not, then I could start.
Yes, Kalokaji, I'm begging you. Let's wait a moment, a little bit, so the racket can stop firing before you re-ask that question because I didn't get it. Well, the racket, the firecracker.
Hello?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yes. Were you able to
Yeah.
get me or you didn't get me?
I didn't get you. Please.
All right, so
Yeah, so
just
Honorable Gaje, you can just reiterate. You came in distorted.
all right. Am I okay now?
Yeah.
I just reiterate.
Yeah. So
If I got you well,
so
you say,
just that.
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So the question basically is what can the veteran community do to bridge the gap that exists in connecting skilled students from here to the practical world back home in Liberia?
Oh, okay. Eh, can you hear me? I'm sorry for my
Yes, sir.
background. Yeah, the firecracker
Yeah, I'm
is
hearing you.
on. So it's very much simple. It's about the veteran reaching out to interested students back home. Simple as that. So many a times you will reach out to people for opportunity, but Liberians had a tendency of to be spoon fed. So you will tell them about an opportunity. They will want you to be the one to do all of the groundwork, that is to do the application process for them and stuff like that. So uh, it's a virtual community reaching out to them, and then the willingness of the practical student back home to accept what will be brought before them. So it's two-way streets. The virtual community will consistently reach out to them, and then the practical students in return will show willingness and interest to accept whatever offer and that could introduce to them if they are interested, and then it can be picked up from there.
Sorry, that's just follow up. So does that bridge still exist currently? Because I'm the president for the students in Wuhan, And there are many of
Mhm.
my colleagues that are graduating, and many of them have the mind to go back, but still in the state of that in mind as it relates to when I get back, how am I going to practice these things that I have learned? So if that opportunity is still there, could you please share with our national president? Then we get to him. Through that, then we can see our best to encourage our colleagues to get back home and contribute to our country.
Oh, okay. So your question is now understood. You actually meant students graduating from here, how could they be integrated in Liberia and the workforce? Uh, uh, I would say it's not an easy task. It will be difficult, but you have to be consistent in reaching out because there is a fear of people on ground. Many of whom will say people coming from abroad, they are going to take their job. So uh, some of them will tussle, or there will be a fight. Many of them will not be willing to accept you, but you have to work your way around. And then the veteran community is on ground. Uh, I'm quite sure Olano is in touch with the Liberian Chinese trained scouts on ground. There's an organization that is responsible for that. And when you reach Liberia, they will welcome you to that particular body. Uh, and then if they have offers, they have a specific group chat. If there's any offers, a sale, and then maybe they will try to incorporate you according to your area of specialization. So yes, you can reach out to the current national president, and then you can be able to put your would-be graduate that will be going home in touch with the veteran community on ground in Liberia.
Okay, thank
Okay, thank you so much for those responses. Do we have another person who would like to ask? All right, I see the hand of our national president, His Excellency Honorable Olano Teah Bloh.
Yeah,
Sir, you
so
can unmute your microphone and ask the question.
the question from Honorable Coco in the chat session was something that was on my list. So just ask it for us, Honorable Coco. So I have three, and I will start with question 3, which is the same to that of Honorable Coco. What is your recommendation, or what are your recommendations to this current leadership? That's number 1. Number 2, what have you observed about leadership after you? Since you left office, what have you observed about leadership after you? And lastly, what is your prospect about LSUIC? Where do you see LSUIC after here? Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Can I flow?
Yeah, sure, Honorable.
So the first question said the recommendation for the current leadership. Uh, my recommendation could be, and to admit you have started doing that already, is to reach out, is to consistently reach out to past leaders. One, to consistently reach out to students, ordinary students. Perhaps you may not know what a student is issue he or she is having until you reach out and to that particular student. So at times, if you have, I know you have a lot of students contact. If you don't have, sometimes you just do some random adding and say, "Oh, nothing much. Though I just desire to reach out to say hi and to you. I'm this so person. I'm the current national president, and maybe do an introduction for that." if the student have any issue, he or she will try to voice it out to you. But in that regard, I believe you have started on a good footing, and I hope you continue on that. Uh, the last recommendation could be uh, you are the president for every one of us, all of the students in China. Uh, I know there were times when you were contesting, there were people who were in support of you, there were people in support of you, uh, but now you become president for all. So you have to see how best you can work yourself between the eye, people for and people against, to bring it together. That is one. And then the second question was what? Sorry, again.
The second one was, what's your observation or what have you observed about past leadership after you?
Oh, okay. So my observation, and then I will be fine. My observation with regards to leaders after me will be we witness while a chaotic leadership from my successor. I don't know how to mix my word, but I should be blunt with that. We witness a leader who became overwhelmed with power until he doesn't want to listen to anyone. Even if you told him this, I have said, and this is what we did, do it this way, he will say no, he want to do it his way. Uh, unless for you, and I must admit, you have brought back our union on the 14th. We met it when we entered here, close to a decade ago. That's the union we have gotten back. We are getting a union since that the body time where there was
Green, if you are still speaking, we cannot hear you. Or probably it is from my end. Can anyone please confirm if they can hear?
the union very much interesting. So for that, I want to give you credit for that. And then the last question says what? Again?
Where do you see LSUIC? What is your prospect for LSUIC?
So as I indicated in my presentation, I see in the next maybe 5 to 10 years from now, LSUIC will be the biggest student body abroad. Will not just be a student body based in China, but it will be a student body that will give commanding lead to other student body around the world. There are other students body who like to maybe come for recommendations and stuff. Will be a most vibrant body going forward, most globally recognized. Will be a body that students from back home will look up to, in terms of uh, where they want to do or where they want to go, during their maybe during the course of the graduation, either from secondary education or from tertiary education back home. It will be that force and that bridge between the student community and Liberia as a whole.
Okay, thank you, Honorable.
Thank you, Honorable President Emeritus. Do we have another person who would love to ask question? All right, so we call this a closure to the Q&A session. At this time, we'll move to remarks from the audience. So just to do the audience due diligence, we'll take 2 from the male, 2 from female scholars. 2 remarks from male scholars, and 2 remarks from female scholars. So if you are there and you want to give a remark, kindly raise your hands and be recognized, and then you can have your time. So we take the females first. Females, are we there? All right, I'm seeing the hands of our national treasurer, LSUIC Central Bank, or the board. Yeah, you are welcome. Can you unmute your
Yes,
microphone?
I just have to give him mad because he is my president. So thank you so much, Honorable Financial Secretary, and thank you so much to our President Emeritus, President Greene. Yeah, you did your best. All what you say here, everything is true. Yes, because I serve with you and I know who you are. Yes, I used to call him talk and do. So he doesn't talk that much. Yeah, but anything he say, he just have to do it. Yeah. So I used to admire him that much. I used to admire him. So what you say about the group of students that came doing coverage from Liberia? Can you imagine someone, a scholar who haven't contributed to LSUIC just coming, and that person is asking for money, huge amount of money. So it was like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 each person. So that was a critical decision, for us to take at that time, So when he reached out to us, especially the financial department, we are the one who know money. We feel that we know everything. Yeah, So at that time we just took over, no money. Yeah. And then, this scholar, they were stranded and they needed assistance. So we talk. It wasn't easy. But then, his leadership, actually was based on peace, unity, teamwork, and let me just say sympathy. He got a kind of sympathetic mind, So after we talk for a while, he went on spending his own money, he and his vice president. Then later, we have to take some LSUIC money and then give it to this scholar. And everyone went to their various cities, and everyone was like happy. So in return, I had to give the money back. It wasn't easy. It was serious, embarrassment. But, we handled it the best way. So during the time I was serving under him, I actually gave him a test because I tried him, he was someone good. But then I was like, let me try this person. Sometimes you just have to try, especially the financial secretary and that of the president. I wanted to try them because the financial secretary, she is someone who I wanted to work with in future. Yeah. So I was like, I will try these people. So when the conference committee went to Shanghai, like doing the Shanghai conference, when they went to the hotel for the deposit, yeah, the hotel asked them to deposit some amount of money. So,
You are speaking, your microphone is muted.
okay, I'm so sorry. So when the conference committee went to the hotel, the hotel told them, you have to deposit some amount of money so we can save your space, So he instructed the committee and that of the financial secretary to ask me for the deposit. So I was like, no, I can't give the money out. The committee have to send me an invoice, which is the pro forma invoice. There is an invoice, whenever you want to do something, yeah, like maybe you want to do some deposit, yeah, the department or maybe the hotel can give you a pro forma invoice. Yeah, at that time you haven't paid any money. Yes, they can give you that. So person supposed to pay 2,000 as deposit. So I told them I needed that invoice. So they told him like the treasurer refused to give the money. Yes. So he said, yeah, ask the treasurer because it's urgent. The financial secretary reached out to me again. So I was like, no, I can't disperse any money. Yeah, only I received that invoice. So he sent the financial secretary again for the second time. I refused. So the third time he came to my inbox. So I told him, I said, but President, I can't give you that money unless the hotel gave the pro forma invoice. Yes. So he said, oh, okay, myself, I don't want to be involved with people money. Yeah, so, okay, let me just tell them to give you the document so you can be able to disperse the money. I thought he was going to maybe talk like, oh, I am the president, I am this person. Yeah, that was my expectation. Like you are going to come, I'm the president, I gave you the comment, you did cash out the money. Yeah. So he was like, yeah, this is the people money. Oh, okay, let me tell them to do or to follow proper channel. So, and they did it. They don't want to send me the invoice and I just fresh the money. So I just want to say thank you so much, President Emeritus or President Greene. Thank you so much. I'm expecting you to contest for the election in Liberia so I can be the next finance minister. Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Honorable National Treasurer. So we take the next remark. Please, 1 minute 30 seconds. If you are there, seeing a hint of Honorable Gaji. Can we take the
Come here. Yeah, Honorable Secretary, thank you. Am I heard?
Yes, we can hear you.
Am I
Go
clear?
ahead. You can go ahead. Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, so just quickly, we will say thank you for the Honorable President Emeritus for such a presentation and overview of his service. And we say thank you to Honorable Bloh for treading in a path as he's treading. So we encourage him to kindly encourage other veterans so they can see how best to support us beyond this leadership, that vision he have seen, that the student grouping in China will be not just a China-based student grouping, but will be the fulcrum on which other student groupings will thrive to see how best to strengthen themselves. Thank you so much for this program. I'm so glad to be here today.
Okay, thank you, Honorable President from the city of Wuhan. Maybe we can take one or two more remarks, and then we'll call this a day. All right. So since we do not have any other see you in a minute. All right, we'll take the Honorable Coordinator from Hilojian Province and Busesos. 1 minute 30 seconds.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Honorable National Secretary General, for the opportunity to make a brief remark. Yeah. So let me say thank you to our guests this evening who make the time to appear, and made a splendid, excellent presentation. Some of us who were not around during that time with the union, I think your presentation informed us about a lot of things, Honorable Emmet. So I want to appreciate you more and more. One thing I will stress is the leadership Honorable Bloh is doing pretty well. I must admit, I must appreciate him. But one thing I would want to recommend, one thing I will stress, and I will always stress, is that in as much as the China Liberian Union is doing well, student union is doing well, we should also try, especially for those of you in the venturing bureau like you, Honorable Emmet, to try to extend that influence, in the country Liberia, so that, yes, like one of the speakers, emphasize, people graduating and want to go back, but then the issue of job and this and that. Yes, it'll be a kind of difficult thing, we know, but in as much as the group will remain solid, in their advocacy on behalf of students, I will recommend and I will always encourage our venturing to extend, similar effort in the country, so that the influence of the student union in China can extend them, that at the end of the day, it will not just be limited to our days in school in China, but as we know, as time goes by, we will be able to have that influence, we'll be able to have that space, in our country, to have students going back, to give back, to the country. Thank you very much to Emmet. When you explained, you presented, I really understood, a kind of passionate leader you were, being visionary. A lot of things you commented on, I cannot go back to them. But thank you for the work you did for the union, and we are happy to have you tonight. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Honorable Cesar from Perugia Province. So moving forward, we will take a remark from the National Executive Committee. Honorable President, are you going, or the National Vice President? Which one?
Honorable VP, are you in? Honorable MVP. Okay, so I think I will just take it up. Yeah, to Honorable Greene, we want to say thank you so much for honoring the invitation. And to all of the leaders and veterans, members following the program, all that have been here all along, we want to say thank you for joining. Your interest in understanding what have happened in the past and how we can engage the present and inspire our future tell us that you have the heart and the passion for LSUIC. You don't just see LSUIC as a place where you just chat and meet up with your friends, but you also have a greater interest in LSUIC. And with this, we are grateful to have people like you with us at about this time in our union history, where we are gearing towards our 20th anniversary. And it is something that we want to write down the history of this union, so that when we leave, when other people come, there will not be heresy or he say or they say, but you hear from the people who serve what they said, what their report covers. So this process or this exercise will continue. Based on our schedule, we should have had Honorable Cephas, because we tried to do it from the very last. We should have had Honorable Cephas Johnson, but he said the time he couldn't make it, so we should fix another time for him. So after Honorable Greene, we should be hearing from Honorable Hassan Francis Wilfie. He has consented, so we'll be looking forward to hearing from him next week. And after him, we have also reached out to Honorable Yamanjo Bafa King. She have also consented, so we should be hearing from her. And thereafter, the president make it 6. We will be hearing from Honorable Alan Borgin. He was among the first 2 people to give their positive feedback. He and Honorable Greene really gave a positive feedback. Oh, we should even be hearing from Dr. Charles Bully before Honorable Alan Borgin. We should be hearing from Dr. Charles Bully. He also gave a very positive feedback as well. So they are all waiting for their own time. And because of the surgery have been fixed, so it's difficult to get Honorable Johnson to replace any of them. So probably we'll have him at another time, maybe after all of them, or if time permitted, we'll have two presidents in a week if we have such a surgery. But overall, we are grateful for everything that is happening in LSUIC and whatever thing the Lord is doing for all of us, to all of the city presidents, coordinators, various organs of our union, Judiciary Board, Council of Coordinators, and members and committee heads and members. We are very grateful to all of you. If you listen to Hon Greene, he raised the highest in due. So when I checked with my financial secretary today, in totality, he raised about 25,000 plus, and currently we have raised 23,880. So all we need is 1,385 to beat his record, to tie his record, and maybe with one choir added to surpass his record. Though we still have the second half of this third quarter and the whole fourth quarter to cover. So like I told you, I'm positive that we're going to do that. But it's a great thing. It's a great thing, and we are looking forward to hearing more from you guys on what you did and how we can also replicate these things and do better for our people. So thank you so much. May God bless LSUIC, Liberia, and Jongwo, Chinen Kwala.
Thank you. That's the voice of our national president, His Excellency Honorable Olano Teah Bloh. So before we close, I will take a parting statement from our national president Emeritus, who will serve as our guest speaker for today. So Honorable Greene, if you are there, you can kind of unmute your microphone and let's hear your parting statement.
Thank you. You might let me beat my record. Yeah, that's true. You might let me beat my record. So I will leave the body with my favorite quotation. To love LSUIC, to love Liberia, is to love LSUIC, because LSUIC is Liberia away from home. So you cannot love Liberia without loving LSUIC. LSUIC is the only denominator that we have in common in China. We should rally around LSUIC, to love LSUIC, to cherish LSUIC, to support LSUIC. In the coming days, I will be reaching out to the financial secretary to make my due and other obligations that I have from the part, from my successor, to this leadership. So thank you. I'm always waiting to provide my expertise where necessary shall call upon me. Thank you to you and your entire leadership. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Honorable National President Emeritus. I know the National Financial Secretary is smiling. Once it's money matter, I know he's smiling right now. Thank you so much, and we look forward to some resources from your office. So thank you for showing up, and thanks to everyone who made it possible to be part of this event today. And we look forward to seeing all of you to the next edition that will be paying host to any of our past president. Any of them you see, please try to be available to hear them out. Like we said from the beginning, we are documenting our history and institutional memories that when we all are gone, the next generation will come and read the history of LSUIC. Who are those that sacrificed their time and services to LSUIC? Like a philosopher said the other day, and I quote, "A leader who serves is a treasure. Appreciation is a currency that honors their sacrifices." So if people, like Honorable Coco usually say, if people serve, we should respect them and honor them. So we honor you, Honorable Greene. Thank you for your services to LSUIC. Thank you for your diligence during your tenure. Thank you for keeping the union alive at the time. And thanks to all those who are contributing now and those who intend to contribute tomorrow and the nearby future. Thanks for showing up. God bless all of you and God bless LSUIC. Thank you. Good night.